What is up, gamers? Welcome to the Virtual Reality Master League. I'm your host, a goddamn superhero, and we're here today to celebrate the end of Season 10 and the beginning of the Open Qualifiers. This is Stage 1, Match 2. This is Plants versus Catastrophe. I've been told actually that they might be already starting, so I had the whole intro thing kind of ready to go. I'm gonna quickly make sure that they aren't started, but if they aren't, we'll do that, and if they are, we'll just hop into the match. I can tell you our bands in here in just a second. Let me open up who are. Okay, Wars. So first off, yeah, we'll go through bans. I can tell you that Plants start off by banning. They banned Dust too, and so. Dust 2. Give me 1 second. My tool is not working. Online. Ban 1. Dust 2. There we go. Oh no. Oh my god. You guys, it's getting worse. Okay, Dust 2 was our first ban today. Next up is going to be an Oil Rig ban from Catastrophe. And we have Oil Rig. After that, we're going to have Vice being banned. And then lastly, this is going to be Inferno. And so we did get rid of quite a few maps here. Getting rid of the new maps, getting rid of some of the CS maps. There we go, the final one. I'm going to quickly check on in, see if they have started. And it looks like they haven't. So that we have some time. Let's quickly go and talk a little bit about each of these teams while we're waiting for them to pick their map. I'm going to send you on over the browser. So if you guys weren't here a little bit earlier, this is the the VRML Fall Festival. We have no, come on. We have not mute on. But anyways, this is gonna be Pavlov. This is gonna be Onward. This is gonna be Echo Arena. All these matches over the next 3 weekends. And at least for Pavlov, this is our Season 10 final or the championships. Total prize pool of $5,600 that we're fighting for. In EU, these guys in the open qualifiers are trying to get into the closed qualifiers, trying to get into the championships. And if you do win the championships, you get a total of $880 from VRML, as well as 5 products from Asterion. It's a relatively recent ad, but we'll know a little bit more about what those are. 4 VR cover kits and personalized player journeys from the VRML. Next up, we'll have at second place $300 total for your team, and third place is $200 total. Earlier, so today we're playing a best of 3 sort of format. 2 teams are going to be going on to our stage 2 open qualifiers to see if they can get into the closed qualifiers. So we had earlier Lucky Rounds versus Finish Bear Influence. Now we have Plants versus Catastrophe, and whoever winner of today goes up against Aristocracy. And so we'll see how that goes shortly. So who's playing today? We have Plants, our number 9 team, and Catastrophe, our number 10. And so, both these teams had, roughly even season. We have 16-7 here, for 16 total games played, 7 total wins, and Catastrophe with 13-5. And so when we look at those teams, we see at least here on Plants first. We'll start with the home team. Plants have War as their captain. We have Daffstar, Hospice, Magister, Ozzius, Roz, and Vion X, and Zazax. And so hopefully I said those right. I have Polish blood, but not Polish tongue. So yeah, overall this season, we do see that they played a lot of Dust 2, although it didn't work for them. Museum Stockpile, they played a bunch of as well. Inferno, Manor, Cash. And so we have I guess it makes some of our bands make a lot more sense than others here, as they got rid of a lot of things that they just either didn't play a lot or didn't win a lot. Next up on Catastrophe, my alma mater. This is a team that I started with most of the people here. We have LaCube as a captain, Aeon, and Rico, Cutie Cat Streams, Odysseus, Sectasish, Some Sexy Shrub, and a Taco Cat. And so here, they've been playing Dust 2 a lot as well. Stockpile, Manor, and Museum. And again, it looks like it hasn't been working out too well for them, although Museum seems to be playing a bit better. So we'll likely see that today. So we look back into here, and I don't see that they have settled on picking a map just yet. I'm going to keep checking my sources. Actually, it looks like they do have all the maps they plan on playing. So I could tell you here in just a moment, we're going to have Stockpile as a map pick, and I see that you guys see that they're fighting game server at the moment. And so we'll be in this in just a second. So let's head back onto the scoreboard. I'll keep an eye out for you guys here and you know, have that ready. But with stockpile, I could tell you this. Oh wow, they're already in. This is fast. This is great. I like when these things get going. So give me 1 second and I'll have that up. Or maybe it's a private game. Dude, they actually might have just loaded in offline. No, they're what? Why don't I see it? Okay, so okay, man, he has a big delay on his stream. Okay, that makes sense. We're gonna be behind you guys. Sorry about that. I did not know. They started a little bit earlier than I expected. But let's get into this. Let's see exactly what's gonna happen, and I'll have you guys do a prediction once everything is up. No, this is not the one. What? Am I crazy? They played stockpile earlier. Hold on. Okay, sorry guys for a delay. I'm gonna show you my screen so you know I'm not absolutely crazy. Okay, so we have here. Oh no. Okay, that's the map from earlier going on in the background. But why aren't we seeing stockpile? We have one with Pickets, Cutie Cat. But again, we want the one with Voir. Are they playing on a custom server and I just don't know? Okay, I'm gonna close out of Pav TV. Give me a second. Sorry for the technical issues, you guys. This is gonna take a moment as it, you know, Pav TV does have a little bit of a startup time. Maybe that's what the issue is. Technical issues all around. Sorry about that. All right, close this out. Pavlov. Dude, I could just send you guys. You could either be here, watch me struggle, or we could, you know, I could send you guys to an intermission screen. Browse local files. How's everyone doing today? That's like the default thing when you say like, how's it going? Are you guys having a good time? I'm having a good time. Although I am kind of panicking at the moment. So that's that. I wonder why it didn't work. It's kind of surprising. Normally I've never seen this happen before. So hopefully they aren't playing it on a custom and we just don't have access to it or something. They could just be in like a death match and I don't see it. Oh, that's what. I'm cringe. I'm 1,000 times cringe, you guys. It was a death match. I got very excited. Okay. Well, that explains it. Let's go back to the browser and talk about what we saw today. What we'll be seeing today. All right. So yeah, cool. You guys. Okay. So we're playing Museum. When we look at Plants Play Museum, it's 7-4, total of 57% win rate. When they played before, I don't believe. Oh yeah, 7-10. So it looks like, you know, this is going to be a relatively even game if it goes like it did in the past between these two teams, which is an exciting thing to see. Give me 1 sec as I make sure the audio is going to be set up for Pavlov while we're here. There we go. Cool. Sometimes Index likes to change that for me. But then we look at the Cats team. You know, stockpile 7-2, and so overall it looks like they're getting a lot of rounds played. You know, round, like if you look at the percentage, it's 41%. So it's not, you know, going overall too well for them, but hopefully they can keep up with the team here. Sometimes the scores when you're near the either in the bronze or in the gold, these aren't super, you know, relative because, you know, you have to play everyone in the league. Sometimes you still have like a huge amount of you're playing a bunch of teams that are way up above you or way below you, whereas like the teams more in the middle tend to be a little bit better, more representative, I mean. And so right now it looks like they are voting to go back, and so we'll see in a sec. And it looks like they are getting ready. Cool, you guys. I feel much better now that I actually see. So Yep. We'll just wait for them to do that. And yeah. So earlier we had saw Lucky Round versus FBI. Lucky Round came on top at 10-5 and 10-1. So great game for them overall. Dude, what is happening? Am I breaking everything today? Oh my god, everything is broken because of me. I'm sorry, gamers. Don't cry. I swear it will be good. As long as it's good in the match. My Pavlov won't kick in. Speaking of being in the match, it looks like they're about to get started here. You see them readying up. We have Catastrophe on the CT. We have Plants on the T. Like I said, this is one of those maps where it's, I think, in the advantage of the T side, but it's not too far ahead in an advantage. And they are already in. That was very quick. And so, give me a sec. We are still not found. You guys, I'm floundering today. Jeez. We're almost in. Believe. We're done. And they are loading into the map. I just need this to load in for me, and we'll be able to get on to our way. Okay, and so we have Revolver Round, and right now, like I said, this is always my prediction device. You kind of see who's the sharpshooter, who isn't, and right now we don't see that the Cats are doing it too hot here. I gotta root for them. I'm wearing my my Cats jersey that I wore every single time that I played with them. But in the end, I mean, it's a 1v1. Maybe this will be a close game overall. In the end, though, Plants does win. So we are going to see on this T side, this is Plants, and they're going to be showing us how it's done. We have a Tech 9, we have 5.7 Glock, and on the opposite side, we see the only funky thing over there is the Beretta and Aeon. Oh, Aeon's going to as well. Okay, interesting. So going for a B side first round. Usually this is relatively fast if you're going to do it. We see Util out in hand. It looks like a flash. It's hard to tell. Flash. Yep, okay, so they're getting ready just in case someone's on silver. We have Aeon who's hiding behind green. Cube is here for a fast rotate. Same with Enrico and Shrub. They must have doubled up in the mid, which is gonna play well for them, hopefully. Zazax kills Aeon. That's not gonna be a problem with my Lisp later. And some sexy Shrub is gonna be going behind on plastic. He kills one, and the bomb is down though. We have next who's hiding. We have, Enrico kills the Cube as they jiggle peek in front of each other, but Shrub does the work, the heavy lifting, as he puts down two. Vionx and Voir both get a kill respectively. It's up to Sac Jasish versus 2 here. Vionx is on site, and now that he's running, everyone knows where Sac is, and Sac is, does not have that one in the bag. So we head on over. Shrub got 3 kills, but rest of the Cats, except for Enrico, I guess, technically didn't get any other kills. Vionx got 1, and Voir got another. Oh, and Zazax. And so that's unfortunate. It seems like Cat had a little bit of a chance there, but yeah, they just got 1. Weren't able to get everyone to be there at the same time, as well as a team kill. Right now, we're seeing Deagles, for the most part, pop up on Catastrophe. And at the moment, we're going to see Rifles come into play. Interesting that Dafstar went FAMAS. I know he's a FAMAS guy, but right now, there's no kill bonus. So it is interesting to see that as an option still. So slow movements. Dafstar is going to hold the mid. And Voir versus Cube here might be our first fight. Now Cube is being quite aggressive, and he's about to. There's this one video online with 1 versus 4 on a special website that was recreated there. Aeon is now going to be pit up against 4 again. This peak isn't working too well, except Aeon does get a kill. Dafstar got Shrub. Zazax got Aeon. And Enrico is waiting to see what he can do. Sac Jasish is going to be rotating around. Aeon is hiding back. That's probably the right answer. Wait until well, I guess Sac's dead. Now, Enrico does get Ozias. Unfortunately, there's still not a gun that's easy play for him to get, but he trades with Vionx. You got to get the kills while you can. So right now, Aeon's on top with 1 and 2, 3 and 2 for Shrub, and then on the opposite side, Vionx with 3 and 0, and Dafstar, Voir, and Zazax all 2 and 1. All right, and we are looking to make an A play here, but the timing's a little off. We're going to see Cats now actually have guns. And we can see that they were playing, a relatively default setup here. Sac not having the money for a utility. This would have been one of those perfect moments to get a nade in. Although because they were delayed, that timing might not have been great. Sac is being a little bit aggressive. We saw this last map. You have no cover here. You're either in or you're out, and right now it's gonna be him versus Zazax. We'll see if Zazax notices it. And there's a firefight beginning in A main, and Zazax is gonna go all the way through the drop. Some sexy shrub on site taking out Ozius, and then Sac, wasn't ready. As Zazax gets a Peeker's advantage, takes ahead. Enrico gets Daphstar, VionX gets Enrico, and now it's going to be the 2 here, and VionX in the mid, trying to push onto A side. Yo, Odysseus first. He's always first, even when he isn't. Zazax, though, is getting a headshot even when he doesn't, and LeCube getting 2 kills there. And so now it's just Voir versus 2, and the firing squad comes in and puts him down. It's going to be Cube grabbing some guns, and slow fingering the death out of this bomb. Yeah, there we go. He's picking up some beautiful little things there, and we're going to be moving on to the next round with the Cats' first point. So Cats right now 2-2 for Aeon, 4-3 for Shrub. On the opposite side, we have VionX 4-1 and Zazax 4-2. I'm getting used to saying Zazax. All right, so both teams having gun, and this is where the game actually begins. You know, them having to actually contest with a similar set of tools. You know, we're seeing utilities on both teams, not a whole lot, but a little bit, enough to get going. Although it's interesting that the Polish team has opted not to buy flashes, even though they have plenty of money and couldn't save it for the next thing. VionX couldn't save his life points, I guess. He saved, you know, he's still alive, but that was a little bit of a risky move there as he tried to stay where the bomb was. We have Cube, who's basically in Snake. Enrico pushed behind. Now they're stuck. If we can get the pincer going, like Shrub killing VionX, these guys are going to be held up in a place with very little cover. Enrico, though, is getting pushed back. Sac gets Ozzy as Zazax gets Enrico, and now the rotate is beginning. All 4 of the Cats are on the B side, so they need to be rotating back to A here in a second. Without someone in mid, they're not going to fully know it's a rotate. Zazax is going to get ready for it. We'll see if Cube, it looks like Cube is ready and takes him out. Now we have War and Daphstar alone, afraid, and coming on to A main. And no one in A-Con. I mean, Cube's there, but he didn't have his gun up. He wasn't checking. Now War is standing kind of wide. He's taking the risk. Oh, and Sac takes out Daphstar. And so now it's just War. He has to hold against an army of 4. And Sac is pushing him with Cube. And so all they got to do is kind of tease him for a bit. They go for the push. They get the kill. And, yep, that's just another point in the bag for Cats. And 2-2 for Aeon. 5-3 for Sexy Shrub. 5-3 for Zazax. 4-2 for VionX. So now we're seeing, okay, it looks like Vor was able to get a gun, and now we're not going to see really any utility on plants at the moment, and that's going to be a turning point sort of situation here. As long as Cats keep playing cool, they're you know, they can get as many points as possible on this side. But yeah, without the utility, it's kind of hard to set up some of these. I mean, Sac is being really aggressive. It looks like I might have turn off the lasers here, but it worked for him. I mean, Voir is pretty hurt. Sac now knows if he rotates off. Yeah, we can keep watching this fight. I'm kind of wanting to see. Actually, yeah, we're seeing Aeon is checking B main, so he knows it's on a B, but hopefully they don't early call it as a rotate to A. And it looks like that's what actually happened. You see Cube moving over, getting ready to guard the mid. This could be bad for Aeon here, but Aeon does have full cover. I mean, if they just hold this one spot, Aeon just gets to peek here, sees it, and he needs to back off, let his team do the work, rotate over, and he held him back even longer. So they basically know where everyone is. Aeon is gonna, you know, he's gonna be out of cover for a little bit. He's hiding. Ozius takes him out, but Sexy got Voir on A long, and VionX takes him out in the end. Now we have Cats again losing the ground they just got. We have Cube, who has to hold off against an army of 3, and he flash them. They're stuck. 30 seconds left in the round. Cube knows that they can't really rotate from here. We see Enrico coming in through the A or Beacon. Cube taking out Ozius, and now we have Zazax and Daphstar. Oh, Zazax takes out Cube. And we need to see Shrub run in there and get or a flash. Yep, no, Davstar gets it though. Enrico takes him out and took out Zazex as well, giving them their chance for another point. 2 clips reminds me of my vasectomist, and now they're waiting to pick up the guns. Also reminds me of my vasectomist, strangely enough, and my ex-wife. And there we go, clip, boom, or lack of thereof. So on the top is 6 and 3 for Some Sexy Shrub, Aeon with 2 and 3, Cube with 5 and 3. On the opposite side, we see Zazex 6 and 4, 5 and 3 for Vionx, and Voir 2 and 4. And now, you know, this has been another round where I guess the money just isn't flowing. They're not getting enough kills. You know, we're not, because of the trades, the money's just held down for plants at the moment. And so they, you know, they're just not going to be able to buy the utility, finally get some momentum here. But what Cat is doing is working for them. And Saxon gets an early kill. I don't know if he knows that Voir was there, though. It's kind of hard to tell. But he ran back off to CT, so it looks like he is aware. Util from Some Sexy Shrub didn't work out, but it did hold him back. But if we don't have... Sak is watching, I guess he should be fine. We just don't want to see Shrub get sniped from afar. Enrico, there we go. Voir takes out Sak. And so now Shrub is going to be trapped a little bit. We're seeing Enrico rotate. Vionx and Zazex are in the mid. The bomb is down here, though, in front of A main by the fork. And Shrub going hyper mode here as he gets 2. Enrico gets a 3rd, and now it's just Zazex in the mid. They don't know where he's at just yet because he was hiding on B. But Zazex has to go back over here for the bomb. They gave up the bomb control. I don't know if he just did, maybe Shrub didn't see it as he was pushing out. But it's going to be probably Zazex going for a save here as he grabs a gun, and he is walking away. Yep, and it's slow movements, but yeah, we have about 30 seconds. He's got to just stay alive. Shrub, though, was being a little aggressive, so maybe we'll see him come back, but looks like he is hiding behind the bomb right now. Having 2 M4s for the next round is going to be good. Do we have any... come on. No, come on. We have some items on them. We see a grip. We see a grip in sight. So, you know, he is saving a bit of money here. Cube is now starting to push out and be aggressive. But I don't think he's going to get that kill here. 4 and 2. So, Cat now have 8 and 3 on Shrub. 2 and 3 for Aeon. We have Zazex with the 6 and 4 and 3 and 5 on Voir. So again, interesting buy situation. Oh, I guess they brought 2 guns back, and they have some utility. That's why the money was kind of weird there. They were trying to figure out who got the guns. And so we have Voir, who's going to be aggressive B as a distraction. These sort of distractions haven't been seeming to work. It seems like Cat is just, you know, they're testing up long on both sides, making sure, trying to find out the enemy, then pulling back. So right there, Sak, he got the eyesight, he got some damage, and he ran away unscathed. Voir up by Snake now, and it looks like, yeah, Aeon's getting ready. He's checking main. But yeah, Plants are still so far back. When I was in this league with them last season, Plants were kind of notorious for being a little bit slower of a team. They'd wait till the 45 mark or so, and then begin their pushes. This let them, you know, if anyone pushed out like Sak and like Aeon were, they try to get the kill on them, but it's now Cat has figured out how to play it much better than we did back then, and so it's nice to see it. Aeon getting the first kill here as he takes out Ozzius, and he gets taken out by Vionx afterwards. But he now knows 2 are there. Vion's pretty hurt. You see Cube getting ready next up. He's gonna hold the con. He throws a flash right on top of him, perfectly cooked. Well done. And Enrico gets Voir. So now Sakshish and Cube going super wide, and there we go. That's a problem as they you know, they both went out. They both got killed. Enrico gets 1. Zazex takes him out afterwards, and now we just have Shrub versus 2 here. Shrub should know where both are at the moment, and so the goal is for him just to kind of pick them off one by one. He takes out 1, but will he get Zazex? Shrub does have util and a flash. We could see him execute that. 1 flash, boom. As he rotates around, he's going to think he's there. Zazex shoots again, but Zazex sees, flash again and clip. That's what I want to see. Actually, you know what? It's even better when you get the headshot. Oh, dude, he actually could have literally flashed and came in here if he knew the bomb was on this side. And so 5 and 2 in favor of Cats, 10 and 3 for Shrub, 3 and 4 for Aeon. Vion X with a 7 and 5 shared with Zazax as well. Least death award right now going to Shrub with only 3 deaths at the moment. 2 more rounds left in the half, and now because of the loss bonus, we're seeing plants come into a stride economically. And so their currency not inflated, actually able to buy. We'll see if that changes now that they can actually afford to have some setup. Cubes and Snake early. He should be able to hear these guys. You see a grenade go by, a little overcooked, but Voir takes some damage. They know he's there. And good for Cat for not over-rotating. Sack's going to do the same thing. He's going to check. He's going to verify. And he's going to know soon that they're not on A just yet. Now, he may not know that they're in mid, but if he comes behind them, he could see a surprise. So let's see. But he made footsteps. Dafstar hears him, and Dafstar kills him. So we're saying about being slow, waiting for aggression. Shrub now outside of Akon. And so he... Oh, he's rotating back. Okay. I would say that's the right play. They gave up A. They know it's going to be a B. Lots of footsteps. A grenade right now would be amazing. But they weren't able to get the control for that. A late flash, but hey, they're all flash. Cube takes out Voir. We have 3 people on plastic. Aeon's moving back to Con. Cube taking out Ozius. And now Dafstar and Zazik, they're stuck on the back of sight. Now we are missing, oh, there's Vion X. Okay, I just had him slightly out of frame. The Cube kills Daf. Daf gets Aeon. Shrub gets Zazex, and Vion X gets Cube. 2v1. Vion's on sight. He does have a silencer, but he is caught visually. Doesn't matter if they can't hear you, if they can see you. 6 and 2 though, in favor of Cats. That's a 12 and 3 on Shrub, 3 and 5 on Aeon, 8 and 5 on Cube. Vion X with the 8 and 6, 7 and 6 for Zazax, and Dafstar with the 5 and 7. Final round of the half in favor of Cats. You see the opulence, you see the double clips. You know what that means? They're rolling the dough. But it's it's up to the plants here to figure out how to stop these Cats from being herbivores because they are being eaten up. The question is, can they keep the ball rolling on the opposite side? So now we have Voir going aggressive this time against Sack. He's ready. He's ready for him to peek. And we'll see how Sack responds to this. Sack Jasish now having a 50 cal. I just caught that. And so Voir may be no more. Okay. He's going to get ready for util. Oh, that's a grenade. It didn't go exactly where he wanted. He's flash. He backs away. Is he going to come back? Oh, no, he's not. Okay. So that's the one place where that 50 cal is going to be good on A long. After that, though, it's not going to be too good so far back. I mean, you can use it kind of as a shotgun, but against 2 guys, you're dead. Q beating 1, Aeon with the help there, the support, both getting kills, eliminating B side. Now only can be A. And we're going to see Aeon grab this position up here at the front of Cat. Sack Jasish has as an AK as well, getting also a 2 kill. Now it's just Zazax alone with the bomb and also afraid as he has no one who can help him. Zazax pop the Xanax, and maybe he can be a smooth criminal, get the kills, and get the plant. Enrico's getting ready to be able to shoot from Akon. Zazax being slow, but going wide for some reason. Misses Shrub, but Enrico gets him. He gets Enrico, and Shrub takes out Zazax. And that's 7 and 2 for our first half. So right now the score is 2 and 9 for Ozius, 3 and 8 for Voir, 5 and 8 for Dafstar, 8 and 7 for Zazax. Vion X with the 8 and 7 as well. Sack Jasish with 6 and 8, Enrico with 7 and 6, Cube with 9 and 5, Aeon with 4 and 5, and then lastly Shrub with 13 and 3. So this is going to be the T side. We'll see how the Cats do. Will they unleash themselves from the bag, or will they give up all 9 of their lives? Slow movements here. Zazax should be able to hear soon in a sec. As long as we don't hear footsteps, they're going to be fine. But he's going wide. And so they're going to be in a firefight here, and Cube taking some damage. Now they need to have the 2 people push in and grab him. Enrico's going in alone on this. Maybe it's the right play now that Zazax has moved off. Zazax's very hurt, but Enrico's doing okay. They're just going for a fast push on the B. Vion X goes super wide and died because of it. Ozius again getting pushed by 2. Cube taking him out the headshots. Enrico gets Zazax. Now we have Voir who takes out Sack. Daf gets Aeon. Cube gets Daf. And Voir again alone. And he gets some shots off on Enrico. Cube knows he's there. If he crouches and get, oh, they trade headshots. Doesn't need to crouch when you get the kill. So that's 8-2, and this means that there's not a lot of rounds left for Plants to get momentum. This is going to be cats with guns, your favorite kind of internet gif, and some of them not going to go for eco. That could be the downfall here, but we'll see depending on what Plants pick. If they're going for a full save? No, Plants. Why would you do that? Full save meta is bad. They'll have some guns for the final round, but they could have forced into it. I think just Deagles is the right answer. But hey, if they can show me wrong, I'd love it. But if they knife saved, they just gave them a free round. All right, flashes on B. Ooh. Can I call? Ooh. I don't know who that is. Someone wants to call me. Zazex gets 1 kill on Shrub, and so that I didn't see where that happened, unfortunately, but it looks like he's dead. So one of those guns is out of play. They're on site. Cats have control. Daffstar getting shot, back away. Cube getting Ozzy. It's Cube getting Voir as well. Aeon gets Daffstar, and there we go. It's just VionX, and again, he has a knife. He's hoping to get some money for that final round, but they threw away the points. Again, Plants, I really don't think that's the right strat, but if they just aren't confident with a mixed buy, maybe that's the way to go. They spent a lot of time in this game having eco problems. Unfortunately, it wasn't working out well for them. Right now it's 9-2, potentially final round. 13-4 for Shrub, and the Cube on the 14-6. We have Zazex 9-9 and 8-9 for VionX. And so, as we saw, we have Zazex coming away with 6K. I mean, they got plenty of money, but they didn't buy utility for the team. What's happening? No, they underbought. They have so much more money for stuff. Okay, well, I guess they're saving it just in case, but if they win, they have enough money anyway. 9-2, going for B again. It's working for them. Again, this is the first time facing real guns, so we'll see how that goes. But they've stacked their mid player all the way mid, and so the B side is the most vulnerable. Shrub making it even more vulnerable by killing Zazax. And now they should have used that momentum. They slow it down. Cats now basically allowing them to rotate in. But Cube goes up. He has a bomb. He's going in. VionX is now about to be naded into oblivion. Ozzius gets Shrub. Sack going wild, going and killing Ozzius. Daffstar getting hurt by Enrico as he kills Sack. It's 3-on-2. Sack didn't need to go in that far, but hey, he got the kill and he probably demoralized them as it's a final round. They have plenty of time. Actually, you know what? They can throw away rounds. Make it happen, Cats. Let's go. Voir getting Aeon, and he's checking the right spot. Voir getting Cube, and now it's gonna be Enrico versus 2. Oh, and versus 1, and Daffstar gets the kill with plenty of time to defuse. So again, I think pushing into there wasn't the answer. I think they could have just had another player on site, and so Daffstar getting the defuse. 9-3. Now, that isn't going to deter the economy, though, just yet of Cats, as they have plenty from those rounds they won. Right now, 15-5 for Shrub, 14-7 for Cube, 8-10 for Daff, 9-10 for Zazax. So, I don't know what that was about, but we're going for an A this time. A is the, they're waiting at util. A is a powerful site. They're going for a distraction on B. We'll see if they bite. And we see Ozzy's already rotating over. But he's stopping in the yard. That's the right call. We're gonna check Sack first. Hopefully, Cats should know to wait until Sack does something. But Sack needs to be throwing utility, setting up a site. He gets 1. He gets VionX. We see Ozzy rotate over. Ozzy is the mid player. Daffstar's going 2, and that means that A site is going to be cracked open like a book at a school reading fair in just a moment. Cube is getting ready with the bomb, but going alone. Actually, Enrico's going with him. We need to see Shrub and Aeon kind of push a little bit faster. They're waiting for for A long to pop out, but they didn't. Voir getting a kill instantly on Cube, and now Voir is there. Ozzy and Daffstar rotate again. They have no mid player. They've given up so much ground. Shrub getting Voir. Now we're having Shrub rotating into the back of the site. I don't know if they know he's there. Some nades would be good, or even a smoke. Shrub getting 1. Now Ozzy's knows. We're going to have Zazax come from behind. And no one's there. It's just Shrub versus 2. I could look at the scoreboard and found that out instead of acting like surprised by it. Ozzy's is on site and Shrub doesn't know, but Shrub doesn't care. He's prescient. He can find it. Hindsight is 2020 only when you don't have the wisdom and the foresight like he does. Shrub doesn't know where to go and has 17 seconds to plant. Zazax is going to be able to hear him, and Zazax takes him out. Yeah, Killian says the comeback starting, and that might be what's happening here. 9-4 at the moment, with Shrub getting 18-6, Cube with 14-8, Dapstar with 8-11, and 11-10 for Zazax. And now we're seeing Deagles pop out. We'll see what. Oh yeah, and Sack must have bought a Deagle, right? Yeah, surely he did. But yeah, this is one of those things where they could have just won the game. The points don't matter. It's like, whose line is it anyway? But you know, it's whose game is it anyway? They want to win, and so they had their opportunities. They just got a little cocky there at the end. So we see Voir here who's being pushed by an army. Oh, Sack must have a nade. He must have a nade. Oh, he doesn't need it. He gets the kill and now has an AK. Okay, but he gets obliterated. Aussies gets a nade on him. There we go. Davstar getting Enrico. Shrub getting Davstar. Aussie's getting Shrub. So that was a save round that didn't end too well. Not enough kills to really justify it. But hey, 9-5, going back to work here. It's 19-7 for Shrub, 14-9 for Cube. Davstar with the 11-12 and 11-10 on Zazax. So this is going to be Cats able to buy now with a little bit of a loss bonus. But the question is, can they recover from this slump? They're still quite a bit ahead. I mean, 4 rounds of cushion for the pushing. The question is, whose mom are they calling? If I could swear, I had like another joke ready there, and I was like, okay, I gotta turn this into something else. But something else happened indeed as Snake gets taken out by Cube, as you know, Zazax pushes a little aggressively. Cube going crazy as he's pushing up into here, getting another kill again, but Aussius kills Aeon with a nade. Vionx gets Cube, and Rico gets Vionx. Now they have control of B site. Voir may not be ready for this. And there we go. Enrico takes out Voir, although they had the Pika's advantage. And now Davstar going loud. Enrico hears him, but Davstar has the health advantage. And Sac-Jacis takes out Davstar, and that's 10-5 in favor of Cats. Score right now, Vionx 9-12, Aussius 7-4, Zazax with the 11-11, 9-14 for Voir, Davstar with 12-13. On the outside, Enrico with the 11-10, 11-12 for Sack, 7-10 for Aeon, LeCube with the 16-10, top of the board, and Lee's Death Award, 19-7 for Some Sexy Shrub. So let me send you guys on back to the scoreboard. I'm rooting for my Cats again. When you looked at the score for what should have happened based on historical data, that's not what you would have thought from this season. But Cats showed us that you know, they had a little bit of luck there. They ran 5 of the Black Cats in front of them, broke a mirror, put them underneath a ladder. But no, seriously, they had quite a bit of moments where they controlled a lot of the map. They were very patient. They got good map control. They were testing different pieces, and it works as a perfect counter to the kind of slow movements that plants were doing. And so, good job to them. But we're gonna see our second map soon. But before then, you know who I stand with? Asterion. Check out Asterion. Thank you very much, Asterion, and all the other sponsors of the VRML, and appreciate everything that you guys do. I also appreciate all you guys who are checking this out, giving it a watch. If you haven't, follow, join the VRML, check out what it's all about. Right now, we are just waiting for map 2, which should happen very shortly. They've decided on all the maps in advance, and I can tell you what the second map will be, Museum. So let's hop on into Museum and see what the stats are like for both these teams there. So right now we're going to be looking at the winning team. So far we have Museum 5-3, a good pick overall for Cats, as they have a 60% win rate and a 48% round win rate. So it's about even games when they play, but they do tend to win on that one. When we look at the opposite side though, Museum is 7-4, 57% win rate and a roughly even 51 round win rate. So both of these teams have a chance here against each other. It's not their best map. It's not their worst map. And so it's just the one that they play the most. But I think what's going to matter here is this map is particularly sided. This is, very much one of those maps where if you get to pick which side you're on, you pick the CT, because one of the sites, you basically have to walk through a tunnel right into them. It's very hard to defend, to attack, and it's about baiting your enemies off of that site. And so we'll have to see here in just a moment if Cats, who are likely going to have to play T at the start, can handle that. So right now we are just waiting for them to get into the game. I'm kind of checking back and forth here to see. It looks like Voir is not actually looking at the camera, so I can't see. Looking at the scoreboard, so I can't see what's happening. Oh, hold on. I see Zazax playing on Cash. Okay, hold on. Did I get lied to? They betrayed my trust. Why would they do this to me? I think he's just playing. Yeah, he's playing against Taco. Yeah, they're in a TDM. Okay, so maybe in a moment we'll see if Museum was actually the right pick. If Siliqui wants to tell me if that's the case. Also, nice. Happy to have you guys here. You'll have to hear back all the jokes. I was rooting for you guys. We have Taco and Cutie Cat, the other two members of the team who weren't in, are going to be swapped in. And it looks like Zazax is actually not in their game anymore. So I think, I do see that they're in Museum. I do see that they're getting ready. We don't see... we see Hospice being traded in for Zazax. He had a good game. I'm a little surprised there, but that they pulled him out, but maybe they're making sure everyone can play. And so soon enough, we'll have this started. They haven't picked which side, so plans are deliberating. Interesting that they just didn't immediately go for CT. Again, I'm one of those believers that you pick the side that you'll be best at first to grab as much momentum as possible. If the argument that you pick the side where you may potentially have the most rounds at, I kind of don't believe in that argument because I think that you end up a chance to win more rounds versus kind of a guaranteed getting a strong lead. Speaking of that, they opted to allow Cat to play on the CT. So maybe they know something I don't. We'll see if that plays out for them. But right now, they do. Plants have to win this next one if they want a chance at playing Aristocracy tomorrow. Also, if you guys didn't know, I will be back tomorrow casting both the Stage 2 Open Qualifiers. I'm trying to figure out what my plans are for next weekend. I'm on a call for work, unfortunately, but I do believe we have someone who can be there, and I'll probably be able to co-cast a little bit. Frosty mentioned that he's going to come and cast with me tomorrow. We'll see if he actually gets held up to it. Every time that I've tried to cast with Frosty, we've always had either tech issues or he has to go. And so we've never actually got to have that moment. But maybe, just maybe, we'll be cool together. They're fighting the game server. We should be there shortly. Some sexy shrub. Hey, first-time chatter, long-time viewer. How's it going? Good job there. Yeah, top of the board. Speaking of segue, they have gotten to the match, so let's just jump on into that here in a moment. We'll see if Cats again have this in the bag or not. The worst is when I say my pun, but Pav TV takes a second to sync everything up, so I gotta hold on for a second. But we're there. And so we're on the infamous revolve around. It was wrong as a forecaster last time. Enrico team killing. That could be a forecast. Voir mid missing LeCube. LeCube getting headshot. Again, these are all premonitions of the future to come. Taco Cat. Oh, and Cutie Cat working together as a team, getting the one kill, but Cutie Cat was taken out in the process. Daft Star. Oh, Vionex kills Vionex. No. But hey, that is the pistol round, and this is the revolver round. This is the real round, the pistol round. So we're seeing the same kind of buys as before. You know, again, interesting. The Beretta is an interesting choice here. I still don't know exactly the niche it falls in, but hey, if it works, it works. So we are going for a B play to begin with a little. Actually, hold on, they're moving slowly. Maybe it's an A. I think faking on the first round is kind of wild. But okay, so we're going to go for B distractions. Again, Cat was doing really good last time by making sure that they didn't rotate in early. And this is where if they can keep that same sort of strategy, it's going to work really well for them. Var gets sacked Jasish, and I believe he was on A, so it looks like the A push is beginning. Enrico's playing over by head, so he's going to give up sight for them, but maybe LeCube can get there in time. LeCube does need the support right here from Enrico, and this would have been a moment where they could have played together. Cube, though, is going to get the kill on VNX. I wasn't expecting that. I was ready to say the opposite. And the rotate, the cavalry is coming. Now, Hospice is behind Cube, and Cube is behind a Grave. Hospice gets Taco Cat as well. 2 headshots in a row. And Rico and Cutie Cat have to figure this one out. Hospice holding the high ground. And he's getting some damage on them. Dastar takes out one, and Hospice takes out another. And that is plants growing or setting their roots into the economy. Predictions, yes, thank you. Ooh, predictions, you guys are the greatest. Okay, prediction. Who will win map 2? PLANTS. Catastrophe. You guys, I'm not a streamer anymore. This sucks. All right, but you know it doesn't suck? Going B again. Let's see if that works for them. They went for a mixed buy here. Only Voir going for eco. So if they can grab one of those guns. That being said, if a lot of people die into here, they're not going to be able to get him out. Taco Cat waiting, and this could be the right play as he gets 1 kill, guns up, but it's not going to be easily accessible by any of his teammates. All right, bomb is down on Crystal, and Cube trying to figure out how to get on the site. He has Enrico here who can help him a little bit from Gift Shop. And there we go. Sack just is going to be able to rotate around. Now, if Sack plays it cool, he could have got a gun over here, but he did not know. Dafstar kills Sack just as he drops on the side. And Cube versus 4 here. I just don't see that one working out, unfortunately. I know that you could try, but yep. Square in the face. Killed by the most financially giving gun. Right now, we have Taco Cat and LeCube both with 1 and 2, and the rest of the team on a 0 and 2. On the opposite side, though, we have Hospice 4 and 1, and Dastar with a 3 and 0. Yes, you guys, someone actually predicted on the opposite side, and so right now, that's what's best. When you see predictions go both ways, someone could lose money. That's the kind of stakes we need here. So right now, we have a strong A with we have Voir there. Cutie Cat, is she underneath? No, okay, okay. So I was like, did she push all the way up? But this is, I thought it was gonna be a strong A. They're going slow after they've only announced themselves on A. They're not really leveraging the tunnel. They're not setting up smokes. They're just gonna use the time. Sack did the door thing, but he opened both doors. Interestingly enough, if you open the one, people bump into it and lock themselves in, and it's really funny. Sack just gets Ozzy's for the kill. Var is pushing up, and we have Sack who can hold him for just a moment. But Enrico needs to pop in there. He gets one, or he does a lot of damage. Dastar gets the other kill. Sack gets a kill on Dastar and VNX to Pavlov is kicking in. And Rico gets War, and now we have Hospice alone. And so the Cats did well that round. Again, Enrico and Sack holding off most of the front. Didn't even let the Riders of Rohan come in. So, Hospice in the mid should probably just save this gun. Dafstar's money is not good, but he's going to risk it. And risk it he did. You know, the house always wins in Vegas. It's 1 and 2 at the moment, 3 and 2 for Sack and Taco Cat with 2 and 2. We have Hospice with 4 and 2 and Dafstar with 3 and 1. Dude, if I could gamble, I have 28K. I could just dump it all in the market. I can inflate the channel points. That's what happens when you watch and cast. You get all the points. All right, so Taco Cat now is able to see and feel the enemies of presence here. He throws in some util. It goes, it does damage to Daff. He's nearly dead. VLNX is pretty hurt as well. But Taco is absolutely nuts, going wild, getting one, and hurts War. He did a lot of damage that round, only getting 1 kill, but still that was working for him overall. Cutie Cat guards the window, gets a kill, but Hospice takes her out, and now it's 3 versus 2. But and they have the sight. We see, I would say Hospice, I thought, didn't have the advantage there, but he kills Enrico with a headshot. That's what the AK does. Now we have Sac Jasish, who is gonna save this gun. He put a lot of money in those attachments. Dude, I used to be like anti-attachment gang. Dude, I love attachments now. I love attachments. First map was 10-5 for Cats. And so Cats, they were predicted to be the losing team there. It was a 7-10 is the historical matchup they've had. They were slightly under on the predictions, but Cat has shown that they've learned very well the lessons of playing against plants. And did very good on the CT. I mean, literally always would get the perfect amount of control, back off. They had a few team kills, a few little issues here and there, but Cats did, again, very well. So it's 1-3 here at the moment with Taco Cat on top with 3-3. Sac Jasish with 3-2. Hospice is 7-2, and Voir at 3-1. So both teams have utility, have guns, although Cats are lacking a little bit. Sac Jasish and Enrico could have afforded, but they're saving for the next round. But Taco Cat and Cube are both so low that it kind of, they're gonna have loss bonuses. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine. Taco up. Oh, Taco with the nade, getting Daffstar and Ozzius doing quite a bit of damage. And so back down, dropped off, and uses that little bit of a rotate to work for him. Sac Jasish getting Voir, and so now we see them rotating over to the A side, although Daff stays just in case Taco gets a little aggressive, and they might have learned that from the last game. I mean, they saw that, at least on Stockpile, they were pushing up, they were checking to make sure places were cleared, and then they were deciding when to rotate. Cutie Cat deciding that she needs to get that kill on VLNX, holding down the mid, and she's fighting up against Hospice, but does she know that Ozzius is here too, and she's now wide and open? It doesn't matter though, as she kills Ozzius. Cutie Cat controlling the mid. Daffstar and Hospice rotating back to B. We have Taco Cat, who is on Catwalk. And so now they're going to have the site open with 40 seconds left, but Daffstar and Hospice are pretty hurt. I do think with 4 players there, most of which are full health, it's going to be pretty good for Cats. And Taco guards the window, killing Daffstar. And Hospice, he's just holding back. Now, Hospice just needs to pick up the gun and run. Actually, no, just save your gun. Right now, I mean, Daffstar's going to have barely enough money, but if he can keep this gun, they'll be able to do a full buy into the next round. Also, look at all the utility he has on him. I mean, again, one of those nades is actually the bomb, and that's kind of a bug. But, yeah, he's able to make sure that his team can eat tonight. So right now we have Taco Cat on the top with 4-3. Same with Sac Jasish. And next up we have Hospice with 7-2 and Voir with 3-2. Cats are bringing it back, hopefully to an even game soon enough. But, Plant still, this is, again, the hard half for Plants here. If they can, just hold their own, this is where that opposite side of the argument is, where you get more rounds on the opposite side to make things work for you. And so maybe that'll be the play. Right now we have 2 on B, 2 going into the mid. Cube, though, giving up mid to go to Catwalk. Now, this is the opposite of what we saw from Cats before. They're rotating a little quickly, but there's no one on A, so it's going to probably work out for them. And Rico takes out the mid with a headshot. And now we had VLNX, who's going to be up against a firing squad here again in a second as well. Voir beginning a rotate. VLNX staying there. They have 3 people in mid. A little heavy, but they have the advantage at the moment. Sac Jasish gets VLNX in the mid, and so now we have basically a default, but with not enough time to play it like a default. Voir likely has the bomb, rotating over. Ozzy is going to come there, and Sac and Cube are basically on site. I mean, Sac's in the mid, but Enrico's got it, so they can just let Sac play. And this looks like another round where, again, what the heck? What the heck? This man's hands? I just don't see how plants have enough time to play like this. I responded to you in chat, BMO. 45 seconds behind. Okay. Some movements. 6 seconds left. Cube knows he's there. And not enough time to plant. And that's an even 3-3. So now, yeah, we have Sacrifice with 5-3, 4-3 for Taco. On the opposite side, Hospice with 7-3, and Var with 3-2. Again, we need to see a little bit more momentum here, and a little bit, you know, where they play together. They've had a couple times where players walk out on their own and they're just losing their life for no reason. Right now we have Var and Vion X pushing up. We have Enrico who put a smoke down. I thought it was going to be a nade. Sack getting some early damage on Var and is going to be able to call it. Again, oh, there we go. Enrico showing us that he knows what to do as he takes him out with a nade. And another one going in. Boosh, but it doesn't... How? Actually, genuinely how? I mean, he's very hurt, but I'm very surprised. Enrico getting another kill. This a-hole again. We're seeing. I'm interested to see. I wish I would have casted more Cats games this season. This is working well for them. Now that I'm gone, they know how to play. It's sick. All right, so we have Hospice who could potentially peek up on these guys. Enrico's checking. Enrico sees him as he turns back. Hospice, that is, and then Sacrifice kills Daffstar. And now we just have Var, who's over here. Over here, alone, afraid, wondering what he can do with the bomb. And they're taking this risk, but the site is open. Taco Cat will be able to surprise him from behind. You know, ask for consent, please. And War is going for that plant on Crystal. Plenty of time for them to go. Plant the bomb. War moves back. And now we see Enrico, who's at gift shop door. Again, in the best case scenario here, you know, hey, never mind. Enrico just kills him. Enrico doing quite a bit of work here as he climbs up in points. They're going to have plenty of time. No one died. Their economy is going to go kind of crazy here as they don't have to buy any extra guns. So they're going to be fine for the rest of the rounds on the half. 4-3 in favor of Cat still. 6-3 for Enrico and Sack. 4-3 for Taco. We have 7-4 for Hospice. War with a 3-3. And yeah, we see that you know, plants can buy. They have enough, some money for utility, but they have a loss bonus. It's probably even bigger. So they can kind of afford to goof around a little bit. Again, would love to see a little bit more coordination on these pushes, actually being able to get in there. Cats are just preventing them from even being able to make aggression. And there we go. Sector C's going in there early, getting kill on Vion X. That was always what we relied on him to do. Go in there, get the kill, return. He's a loose cannon, but guess what? A loose nade came in from the opposite side from Le Cube, getting a kill. I've never seen one go in that deep, but I've been watching a bunch of videos on the internet, and so, you know, I appreciate it. All right, so we have Daffstar who's you know, throwing in some util. Looks like there's smokes. No, one's a nade. War's going to go back in there after he knows what Sacrifice will do to him. Sacrifice waiting patiently. And guess what? The doctor has a new patient as War is now pretty hurt. We have Daffstar again here, but I think he heard Sack, so he has his gun up, he's ready. But Sack is being calm. He's waiting. Obviously, he's going to try to rotate with that bomb again, and I don't think that's going to play for him. Let's move on over there because I think Sack has decided to hold. And there we go, Ozzius with the bomb, and we have Taco on site. Oh, but Taco turns away at the wrong time. And now they know he's there. They're going to start the rotate. Taco threw a nade and just didn't have his gun up and ready at the right angle. The bomb's down with just enough time. Again, yeah, if Taco would have just held, I mean, they would have won by the time there. We have Ozzius who's going to be pincered. but didn't even get to that as Cube takes him out. Defuse the bomb. They don't even need to grab the guns. They have so much money. I'll put real life money that Sack buys at 50 cal here. Sag by the 50 cal. Come on. Oh, maybe you won't. Maybe you won't. What do I know? All right. There we go. 50 cal. Okay, baby. And so we have 5 and 3 potentially, or not potentially, our last round and a half. We do need to see Plants grab this if they want to have the ability for some wiggle room in the second half of the game. Again, this is a CT sided map. We're seeing Cats ahead on the CT, but we'll see if that holds in a little bit. Here, let's move to Taco Cat's perspective. And Taco does take some damage early on. They back away, and this is good for Taco. By being able to get a nade in there, and unfortunately, it looks like the stairs must have blocked some of it. Yeah, is just not, it needed a little bit less cooking. But yeah, Taco Cat ends up dying in that situation. Very close to being basically, like, them just ending the round very quickly. Cutie Cat's in position to fill, and Cube shows him how the nade's done. Cutie Cat is going to try to hold utility here. They're stuck back. This is literally the worst possible position for Plants here. They're rotating out, and yeah, with 47 seconds left, they just leave one on B. The rest rotate over. Sacrifice has the 50 cal. He's going to try it. Oh, they're rotating back in. They're doing a double fake. Or fake rotate, excuse me, not a double fake. But they didn't rotate over to A, really. What they did was they rotated to the mid. And this is where Cats have figured out how to do that correctly. They just, were a little bit more cautious about the rotates to not give up a site. And that's what's going to play well here. Cutie Cat is pretty hurt, but she's going to see that they're coming here soon. Already, they make the plant noises early. All right, and they got the bomb down with just barely any time. Enrico getting a kill. The cavalry is coming. I can make my riders a Rohan joke. Cutie Cat gets Daff. Enrico gets Ozius. Hospice gets Cutie, but Hospice and LeCube trade. And that's just another point going towards Cats, leading to a 6-3 first half here. So right now we see Ozius with 1 and 6, VNX with 2 and 8, Daffstar with the 4 and 5, but same with War, Hospice with 9 and 6, reverse funny number, 4 and 5 for Taco Cat, Cutie Cat with 4 and 4, 5 and 4 for Cube, Enrico with 8 and 3, and the Least Death Award. And then lastly, Sacrifice with 8 and 4. And so we're seeing Tech 9s, Glocks, no Berettas on the right side, but on the left, again, Beretta Tech 9 Glock. So yeah, it seems like the meta has set itself. Question is, can Plants set themselves apart? Can they figure out how to come back from this? Slow movements, B-side from the Cats. Last time I played with Cats, they did they all line up here and get ready for a fast burst push. Normally we leave someone behind, but on the pistol round, I think that's the right play to bring in everyone. Cube's waiting. And because there's no one on utility, it's good. Daffstar though, Daffstar gets LeCube early on. Taco Cat didn't have his gun up in time. What? Okay, Taco gets Cube, Daffstar dies. Ozius gets Cutie, Enrico Ozius. And now we have just VNX and Hospice wiping up the rest of the floor here. Oh, Var was there. I have literally an arm in front of one of the names each time, so it's a little hard to see. And, with this and maybe a pistol, with the eco on the pistol round, with the eco round, because they have pistols, this could be Plant's time to come back. I think right there, walking in without a tiny bit of utility and not knowing where your teammates were going to be covering, I think, didn't work out there. They got a little scared by that first kill. They're going fast rush, and with Deagles, that isn't really going to work here. Daffstar takes out 4, I think, maybe 3, and Var gets 1. But yeah, that was a shutout completely here, as this did not play for Cats. Long range guns on a short range area, unfortunate. Hospice at the top of his team with 10 and 6. Daffstar with the 9 and 6, 9 and 5 for Enrico, and Sacrifice with 8 and 6. Would love to see some mid plays here. I think even if they just set up like more standard A, but I'd love to see Cat figure out how to control the mid. Is right now, unlike when the Cats did it, we only see one mid player. Open the door, going underneath. Cube is going to play mid here. Oh, and same with Sack. So they're gonna double up for that. They're gonna have some ground to cover. Where's okay? There's Cutie Cat. She hits the bomb, and Hospice gets kills Sacrifice early on. That leaves Cube in underpass alone, and he's hurt with a nade. Where do we go now? We can go over back onto this site. Taco and Cutie are still committing to it. They feel like it's a little too late to rotate. Enrico is there. The enemy knows where they're at. Hospice takes out Cube, leading just to another player who can get on the site. We need to see it. Yeah, if a Flash would have came in to stop Ozzius, but they don't have the utility. Cutie Cat could have, but she's just stuck down. And Enrico gets 2, but Ozzius takes out Enrico. And now it's Cutie Cat versus 3. She does have the bomb. She could leave, but the time. Flash in Rambo. That's all I can see as an option. Or maybe flash out and hide. Well, Nex takes her out. 6-6, and now an even game. 11-6 for Enrico, 8-7 for Sack, 12-7 for Hospice, and 9-6 for Daphstar. This is the same kind of problem both teams seem to have, is where they get stuck, they can't push on the site, and because of that, it's just shooting fish in a barrel. Except those fish are cats or plants. Don't put cats or plants. I guess you could put plants in a barrel. Don't put cats in a barrel. All right, so they're trying a default here. We see Enrico. He's going to be holding the mid. He's going to have Cube here as a backup. Sacrifice, Cutie Cat, and Taco are all moving a little slow. Although Hospice versus Taco, and Hospice gets a great nade down into that underpass. Unfortunate for Taco, as he, could have been there to help. But Cube isn't ready for Voir. Oh, he is. He is ready for Voir. And so now Cube has grounds here, but Hospice is able to take him out. And that leaves Hospice in control of the mid again. Hospice doing great in this middle here, but he drops down. Where do we have to target Sacrifice on B? And so now they gave up A, and this could be catch chance. Oh no, it was a fake plant over on B. That's how they knew. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, Cats gotta rotate into enemy controlled territory. Hospice walking around. Enrico and Cutie Cat need to either pick up some guns, bring them to the next round, because Taco Cat's money, Sacrifice money, Cube money, no one's good here. Hospice is over by where a gun is in underpass from Taco Cat, but I don't see them pushing into that. I think they're going to be cautious. 13 seconds left on the clock, and we don't see anyone who's going to be aggressive here. So Hospice looks like he probably picked up a gun. Unfortunately, Pav TV does leave some extra guns here. And now we're at 6-7 in favor of plants this time. And so we'll see if they can take this one home, give us to a third map. Hospice with 14-7, Daphstar with 10-6, Enrico with 11-6, and 8-8 for Sacrifice. We have utilities, both teams. But yeah, it's at the Cats' downside here. They have to figure out how to make this work. They basically, I think, are afraid of the mid right now. Hospice is showing very strong there. I don't see how they crack into any of those sites though at the moment though. We need to see an early pick basically. So let's go to the mid. It seems like there's some firefights there. Cube's pretty hurt, but Enrico gets Hospice. Opening up, there we go, cracking open the mid. They got to get ready for Voir, though. I think he's going to be the next combatant. And they could, Sacrifice in deep, but he's got the cover of night. Voir gets Enrico, Cube gets Voir, Vion gets Sack, and Taco gets Vion. And so now it's going to be Cutie Cat versus Ozzy. She's alone. She needs to wait for some teammates, but she's getting a little aggressive there. And it works. She kills Ozzius, and so now, Taco is on site. Same with Cube. That was actually the right play. I just didn't have a good angle. Gets the plant down that can go and control long, and it's just Daphstar versus 3. Flash in the air. 2 flashes in the air. I think the second one might have just flashed her, but Oh, and Cube gets Daphstar with a headshot, 7-7, bringing it back to an even game. But the economy, look at the economy over on Plants. It is, they have rounds to spare. I think they can lose about 2 or 3 rounds, and then they'll be back from a loss bonus. So right now, it's Cats are kind of at this disadvantage. They're good for a round, but not as good as Plants. Because of that loss bonus specifically. All right, so we're going to do a mix again. And I think that's the right play right now. I think they just need to grab a point. It's probably the most important factor here. Or, sorry, grab a kill early on is the most important factor. It's a hard nut to crack, and if they figure it out, that's, Cube getting hit by a nade. Let's see. I'm trying to see this from like a way better perspective. There might be a little bit of lag. I'm getting some slowdown here. Sorry about this, you guys, if this is affecting the stream quality. Var and Ozzy is both doing plenty of damage. We lost most of the A site players, most of the B site. We have Cube getting Var in the middle, and we need to see Cube help Cutie Cat get out of this one alive. But she has plenty of health, and Cube going Rambo, getting rammed into again an early grave there. Cutie Cat is gunned down by the firing squad, taken out. So we have 7 and 8 at the moment. With Hospice 14 and 9, 9 and 9 for Var, 12 and 8 for Enrico, and 10 and 9 for LeCube. Yeah, this is looking like Plants are probably going to take this one back, but it's close overall. I mean, I could see it going either way, but again, Plants just have that advantage. So unless we see something crazy happen here, I mean, you could. The money's pretty good on Plants. They can't. Even if they lose, they're going to come back with some money. We just need to see them get an early kill. So Sack is being aggressive, but he's doing an obvious fake. And so we see Ozzius running over now. He's calling it because, unfortunately, that's just shooting the gun. They know. Everyone knows it's a fake now. And so now what you do is on this side, you shoot it like that to do a fake. And so Sack is in there. He's in deep, but he's getting hurt. So it's not working for him. Hospice is staying mid. They throw a nade up there, and boom. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if that hurt Taco Cat too much, but Cutie Cat or LeCube's in there. 1, 2. Oh, Cutie Cat takes him out. Hospice gets Sack, and now Cube is the bomb. He needs some cover from his teammate to get in there and get the plant. Ozzy gets Cutie Cat. No teammates left, and now it's Cube getting 1 versus 2. Oh, and Cube gets rounded. And so that's 7 and 9, potentially our last round here, as the Cats have to figure out how to make this work, and they're going to be at a force. Yeah, we're seeing AK shorties. Enrico has to buy Deagle. And so this is unfortunate economically for them, but yeah, it wasn't playing well. Yeah, hitting that's what I'm saying, doing the fake. Like, if they just need to, they need to find a way to make that work, because yeah, that early shooting just is, like, smoke setup is fine, flashes are fine, but you have to have a player or two with you. You have to sell it. We're gonna move on up, and we see that they're going quietly into to the top, into storage. Hospice is there. They doubled up on the mid now that War is in catwalk. Now, see, they set up the smoke. Oh, there we go. Cube was able to kill Ozzius, as Ozzius was not ready for someone to open. I guess he did not hear the door. Taco Cat kills Vion X. We have Sack just and oh, Taco Cat killing Sack. Cube killing of War. Now it's just Daphstar on the opposite side of the map. And so Taco Cat just wasn't having his teammate, push in there early, but. Yep, Daphstar does need to save this gun. Like I said, economically, if he has that, he can give it over to Hospice. War should have enough money. Vion X will have plenty of money. But yeah, they're going to be able to buy utilities and keep their economy going for the rest of the game. But this is close. I mean, again, this could go either way here. This is the worst part, is when you're just waiting for that bomb to go off. Boosh. All right, 8-9. And it's 14-10 right now for Cube. Enrico with the 12-9, 9-12 for Sac Jasish. Hospice with 15-11, Voir with 10-11, and Davstar with 11-8. And there we go. We see, again, plenty of money, enough to be able to buy. And they'll be able to buy in the round afterwards. So, I don't, yeah, this is still an uphill battle. Dude, fourth order thinking. I like it. Actually, I think that's third order. I know that they know that I know. Yeah, okay, that's third order thinking. My brain quits working at 3. Like I like conceptually, I have to like actively think to do that one. 4 is like fucking, it melts me. All right, so slow movements, A side again. They're just hoping that the aggression plays for them. When I say aggression, I mean like that they can push onto a site together. They're not setting up anything else, but there's no rotate yet. We see Voir moving back over to the other side. They play both players back, which is kind of interesting. A player up front can do so much more for this site, but I mean, I get, hey, it's working for them. We get Vionex hitting LeCube. The flashes are in. They have no one to stop the main push here. Sekjasish running in there. He's worried that Taco Cat might shoot him, but Ozius gets Cutie Cat. Enrico and Taco Cat both get a kill respectively. A site's cracked, and now we have Hospice alone on site. Davstar and Voir coming in from the back, and Davstar does get Taco. On their flat. Well, it did end. I suspect they both died somehow. So unfortunately, that's Pav TV for you. It ends a little bit early when the round ends, when you join on a live game. But right now, at the end of the game, we have Taco Cat with the 8-12, Cutie Cat with 6-10, 9-12 for Sekjasish, Enrico at 13-9, 14-11 for LeCube. On the opposite side, 7-11 for Vionex, 9-10 for Ozius, Davstar with the 12-8, Voir with 10-11, and Hospice with 15-11. So let me send you guys over back to the scoreboard. We'll update, and there's that was Plants bringing it back home for them with a 10-8, and we'll just wait a moment for you guys to get in here. But while we're waiting, you know what? I'm wearing the headphones right now. Let's check out one of our sponsor. This is HyperX. Thank you, HyperX, and all of our other sponsors in the VRML. Appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone who's out here today checking this out. If you haven't joined the VRML, hey, do it. We need more players. We'd love to have you guys there. If you haven't, done the follow, that we have this. We have YouTube. We have TikTok, Twitter, all the different socials. Whatever your flavor is, we probably have it, except for Chunky Monkey. That's me. I'm the Chunky Monkey. But right now we are just waiting for that last map pick. And if my intel serves me correctly, I could tell you what that map will be. They told me earlier that they will probably play Manor. And so would be cool, would be interesting if that was actually correct. But we can check on over to, oh God, they're doing the same thing. Okay, you can't see the stream just yet. They're looking away from the camera, so we don't have that. But let's check the scoreboard, or sorry, the browser, to see what kind of information we can learn if it is Manor. So this is for Cats. Manor has been played 6 times this season with an even win rate and a roughly even round win rate, and so 6-3. But we look on over to the opposite side. We see Manor 6-3, the same kind, but with a slightly less win rate for Plants. So this can go either way. It's not enough of a difference to really make a huge settlement here. When we do see that previous game, when they played Museum last time, it was 10-8 for Cats. Interesting. The table turns, but yeah, so right now we don't know how they play against each other on Manor. Manor is one of these maps where I'm curious to see what happens to plans on the T side. They move a little slowly, and so again, depending on how that works, this is a map like Stockpile, where they can where Cat's gonna have that same kind of advantage. So we'll have to see. But earlier, someone put 10 points down for Plants, and were able to take the other 500. So, good job grabbing those channel points. The question is, is it going to be Plants or Cats who grab the final game here? So we're waiting, we're hanging. Looks like they haven't decided what side they're going to be on, and we're swapping in and out players. We have War, Sack, Enrico, Cutie Cat, and it looks like Taco might have stepped out, maybe switching. We're not sure yet. And we have all the same people who were on last time for Plants. So head to the scoreboard, just hanging, just chilling. But yeah, the winner of today is going to play against Aristocracy. Now, admittedly, that is, or maybe isn't, an uphill battle for them, because Aristocracy has been struggling to get players this season. They've lost some players due to just inactivity. They've lost some players because of Veil. People are washed, and so right now they were asking earlier if you can, if they can even use ringers. So this might be either a 5v4, 5v3, or even a forfeit. It could be interesting. We'll have to see on the day of. But yeah, maybe this is just an easy way into the closed qualifiers, and I'm gonna be proud as hell, regardless of how they got in. I'll DDoS someone. I am for high. But Plants also, again, it would be cool to see them. They were a team that we played a whole bunch against. It's nice to see them doing well today. We are still waiting. We're still hanging, unfortunately. But after this, again, tonight, this evening, in about 3 and... Actually, is it 3 hours from now? I have to get on at 7:30, so I think it's a little less than 3 hours from now. We're going to have the NA Open Qualifiers. The Open Qualifier format for the NA is a little bit different. That's going to be a best of one. All played on Stockpile. I'll be there tonight. Downfall versus DEF CON. Let's go. Although, I think we're about a relatively similar skill level. And so that's it'll be interesting to see. But after that, we're going to have to win the best of 8 Basils versus Vortex. So if we can get Basils, we have a chance. If we get Vortex, God hope they are washed. Maybe I can pay Yellow Hat. I'll do another in-person visit with those guys. I got to meet some people in person in Miami, which is kind of cool. I met Crackers. I met Cooley. I met Matt H. Who else did I meet that was on the EU side? Oh, Comet. And then he and I were both cucked, and we just got to watch them play. It's kind of cool. But right now we are hanging. We're waiting. And we lost another member here. So it looks like Cutie Cat also stepped out. So maybe we're going to rotate back in Shrub and Aeon. I was going to say, why went to Silicui in my head? So we're hanging, we're waiting, we're moving, we're grooving, we're dancing. Dude, I need to get my own tunes up here. We can play Minesweeper and go back into the thing. What else can we do in the meantime? We have Aeon in. Okay, so maybe the predictions are going back. Maybe they're going to bring back the old team. It was working for them, so I don't know. That being said, you always want to make sure that you're picking the right people for each map. I have, just a little bit of a suspicion that we'll do okay tonight in those open qualifiers. We'll have to see here who gets to go. Dude, after doing the I'm switching back to chat conversation. After missing the EU meetup last time, I feel incredibly cringe and sad, and so I wish I could have done it. The job stuff was kind of rough at the time, but. Speaking of rough, it's going to be Cats on the T side with a CT for Plants. And so we'll have to see how that goes. Again, I think this is one where the Cats are probably going to do it quite a bit better on CT given how the Plants play. But maybe they change it. We just need to make sure that Cat is mindful of the interiors of the house. They're fighting the game server, but inside those houses, they're going to be finding their enemy sneaking behind them. And so I'm calling it now. We're going to see plenty of those. So they're connecting, and I'll connect you over to the gameplay here in just a second. Demo not found. Demo not found. All right, we're gonna be in here soon. I would like to fit in. That would be beautiful. Truly beautiful. If you check out Yellow Hat 7's channel on YouTube, you can see me in Miami being cute. I was there in his vlog. All right, so we have Manor right now, and as the Revo round predicts, we see some team killing. This is sad. This is not what we expected from Cats, but yeah, it looks like Shrub is going on a murder rampage, and it doesn't work out for him in the end. Death by Cop or death by V1X. No, death by Shrub. Shrub killed himself. All right, well, we are about to be into what is going to be our final round. I'm going to make sure the predictions are hot and ready, just like me on date night. I don't know where I was going with that. If you guys would like to see me on date night, hit up my OnlyFans. All right, so Fast B, we'll see how this goes for them. This is kind of a Voir threw in a... Oh my god, if those would have worked. And there we go. We have Voir who gets one, but you know, gets killed immediately afterwards. And that's bad for the CT here. We have V1X who's gonna be pushed, but he gets one, he gets two, and Enrico takes him out. And there we go. They're able to plant. It's 2 versus 3. Hospice is pushing up. Enrico got Daffstar and V1X. Enrico is a little wide, and Ozzy kills him because of it. Now it's just Sack. Sack needs to play time because he's going to get pincered here in just a second. He bought the silencer, but the question is, will he go down quietly? And no, he won't. And it's just going to be Ozzius. So I'm going to start this prediction. Did it go? Who will win map 3? Put your points down. Hey, at least put in one on the opposite side that you don't want. And there we go. Ozzius diffuses and plants their first point. Enrico at the top of his team, 3-1. Sack 1-1, and on the opposite side we see Ozzius with 1-0, V1X with 2-1, Hospice and Voir both with 1-1. And we're seeing, because they planted, both teams are going to have enough money to buy guns. But the question is, you know, how will they play? Because right now we see Cats deciding to go inside. You know, the enemy doesn't have enough money for utilities, so they could afford to do that. They're being loud. Hospice might be able to hear that they're on site. They don't know Cube's there, though, because, you know, footsteps wise, he shouldn't have heard him. Going for an A push. We're going to go. And he's checking. And Hospice takes him out. Headshot. And so now we're seeing up here, Daffstar's playing a little forward on this, but they've kind of given up the yard, or with Garden. They didn't play for Garden, though. And I think because Plants were expecting a Garden, it's not going to work for them. Enrico gets Hospice. And this is going to be Cat's chance. So Sack is taking the bomb. He kind of needs someone to go with him so that way he can go in the mid. Shrub and V1X trade. Enrico gets Ozzius. Sack is on X-Cap. Enrico gets Deathstar. And now it's 2v1 again. Sack just needs to get where Enrico is. And he does an interesting plant spot, and this is going to be Enrico open wide, and Voir cracks that open. Picking up the guns, plenty of time, and yeah, that was just a little bit of a setup issue. Again, if he would have planted it here, they could have covered from 2 angles where he's got to walk out in front of, instead of 1 where he can aim down a line. Unfortunate. And as 2 points going towards Plants. Voir with the 3-1 and 1-1 right now for Ozzius. 6-2 for Enrico doing the heavy lifting. And 1-2 for Sack and Shrub. We see a bit of a force as they did get the bomb down again. And they have the money to do it. This time we're seeing Shrub move, and this is prime nade zone, so we're gonna have to see, but looks, there we go. Oh, but it missed. Yep, if that was just a little to the left, that would have, or his right, that would have been a, you know, a preem nade to get them both. We have a default setup right now. We have Cube moving around in the mid, but we're gonna have Sack and Enrico. With this push, they can get a little bit of B and control the CT, as well as a Garden play at the same time, although the Garden did not work out. We have Hospice getting Aeon, Enrico getting Daff on a trade, though. Sack getting Voir. And now, I guess they're gonna go for B as they, you know, have a little bit more control there. Cube doesn't know he's there, and he's gonna get. Oh, we just saw VM be a little too slow. And Sack takes him out, and now they have control of B site, and you know, the enemies are just off field. And so as long as they just hold different angles, this should be an easy cat point. Plants, if they group up, if they go back through you know, Grotto together, I think they have a chance. Shash leak, as the guys would call it. And Ozzy takes Shrub as Shrub pushes out unnecessarily. Headshot, but yeah, Shrub could have just stayed on site, and now they actually don't have someone to cover the bomb too well. I mean, we have Cube, but who's on headshot, but no, actually it should be good. Ozzy gets Sack, Cube gets Hospice. Now Ozzy has to go super wide. A nade does quite a bit of damage to Cube, but Cube has plenty of time. He just needs to sit back, relax, and let the bomb blow. Ozzy picks up a gun. What'd he get? What kind of drip he got? Man, this AK'd up, AK longies. Let's go. All right, and that's the first cat point there. It's 2-1 so far with Ozzy's at the top of his team, 3-1, 3-2 for Voir. We're seeing lots of less kills, but more points. 7-3 for Enrico, 3-3 for Sac Siege. All right, moving through the mid again, defaulting right now, and that's probably the way they should play. Just pick one off and let the plans go crazy. Zach is a little wide. Aeon gets War, and so now I think they know Hospice is there, and he, yeah, didn't have a gun, and so I saw the AKs. I just kind of assumed they weren't knifing it up, but yeah, it looks like they had an interesting buy. And so Vion is on the back of B. If Aeon kills Vion, and he does, now they have, you know, B's open, just Ozzy's right here. And Ozzyus gets killed by Sack, so an even 2-2 now as they're bringing the game back. Again, this counts for everything. This map, I would say, is, I don't know if it's C or T. It depends, right? So it's like it's T-sided if you use the house, and it's CT-sided if you don't. And so kind of just depends on what stage of the game. Right now we have a save round from Plants. So it looks like their economy got a little out of whack, and you know, because of that last round, they're at a disadvantage again. They're rotating all around, they're swarming, and again, this is where going for the knives is kind of interesting. I've kind of given up on that stratus. I think it's a little risky. They're thinking it's going to work for them, but again, when you get kills like that, like Zazek's the one time with his knife kill, he had 6k. I mean, it like brings him so high up. Shrub kills Hospice. Enrico VNX. War, though, does get Cube with a deagle, and see, that's what the power of the deagle is. One shot, one kill, Semper Fi, baby. Enrico gets Ozzyus. And now it's just Voir at the back. And Voir had a little bit of a physics glitch there, and he's slammed to the wall. So now Cats are ahead, 2-3. Right now, Ozzyus with the 4-3, 4-4 for Voir, 10-3 for Enrico, and 4-3 for Some Sexy Shrub. Defaulting is working for them, and actually no, it looks like they're gonna probably okay, yep, this is a default again. Dav start playing very aggressive here, and it just is gonna be up to Shrub's reaction time to catch him. I wouldn't normally expect a player there, so I don't know. We'll see from Dav's perspective if it pays off. Oh, okay, Shrub sees him. And Shrub wins that one. I think that was just unlucky shooting from Daft's perspective, but we have Aeon versus Vion, and Vion's pushing out. Again, doesn't need to do it, but it does work for him. He reloads. Cube now knows like exactly where he's at, and Cube gets the headshot. Voir goes into the alley open, and Sack somehow misses him. Sack can shoot through the wood and doesn't use it to his advantage. Could have just kind of sprayed and prayed, and it would have worked. A nade goes down, and it does not hit Voir. We have Cube planting the bomb. Voir is there, and Shrub actually kind of needs to guard this lane, but I don't think he will. He trades, he gets Hospice kills him with a flick headshot. And now it's going to be, oh, wait, there's Enrico. Hold on, I didn't see Enrico was still alive. Again, I have a my microphone stand. It's like right in front of it. And Enrico and Cube both get a kill respectively, bringing it to a 2-4 as the Cats, you know, are unleashed. Right now, 5-5 for War, 4-4 for Ozius, 11-3 for Enrico, and Shrub with the 6-4. Both teams have money, but one of them's running away with it. This is one of those maps where utility on the CT is really, really nice to have. And so because they don't, you know, they lose out on some of these early kills. So they're setting up smokes over on the A, so that way it's a distraction for the B, it looks like. Aeon does take some damage from a nade. A little risky spot to be in, and VionX shows him why it's risky by taking him out. Now they're rotating because of it. So Sack needs to stay there. Hopefully, you know, we're seeing Voir push out, so maybe we'll see that again. Daft start pushing super deep into L here. So you can catch someone maybe, but Ozius catches Shrub. Now it's 3 versus 5, and you know, they could crack this, but I kind of think they need to save their guns. 2 versus 5 as VionX kills Sack Jasish. And they're stuck in Obelisk now. Daff knows he's there. And they don't know where Daff is. Oh, Enrico goes wide and in the open. And Daffstar takes that as target practice. Q versus Daff and the world as he is alone. And he needs to go. He needs to gun it. And by gun it, I mean get out of there. Because, yeah, his enemies kill him. Now, they do have the money to make risky kinds of plays like that. But they only have 2 rounds to spend it, so we'll see. 3-4 right now, with 5-4 going to Ozius, 5-5 going to Voir, 11-4 for Enrico, and some XE Shrub with 6-5. Still have the utility, still have the cash, and I actually think, yeah, they're gonna have plenty of money for the next round. Cube and Aeon, you know, not all of them buy utility, and that kind of drives me crazy, but you know, it's working for them. Obviously, they got something some play that's going here. Hospice, though, plays them into his trap. Same with Ozius, as they both get 2 early kills before the round's even set up. Cube, gets him all his guns down, but he gets gunned down while he tries to get him. So right now, Enrico gets Hospice, and Shrub fills in, but the firing squad... there we go. Enrico gets 1, but they throw a nade in there, and it takes him out. 4-4. And right now, I mean, it's an even game. It could go either way here, and we'll have to just see how the Cats play on the CT side. But both teams want to get that a little bit of advantage. Both teams have the money to do so. The question is, who will actually do so? And again, Opulence on Voir right here as we see the double clips come out. Going back to defaulting. A really deep smoke there. Interesting. Let's go back to the B side. Again, it's kind of hard unless you want to just overhead perspective. Hospice goes way too wide and Enrico punishes him for it. And VionX and Voir are doubling up on lane here. Voir does get a kill on Enrico. Again, earlier we saw a nade that like barely did any damage. That one did full damage for sure. Smokes, grenades set up, but they're leaning towards B, and that could play really well for Cat here. It's 3-on-1. That early nade in there, it wasn't... Oh, that could have been very bad. So now I think they're going to lose some of that momentum as they're waiting to push. They have the players to do it, but they just don't know that they're all on the B side. They're moving, they're grooving, and Ozius doesn't know that Sack is right behind him. Daffstar gets Cube. Oh, no. Var gets Sack. Okay. That's not how I thought that was going to play. All right. Daffstar gets Shrub. And again, another one of these overhead nades, and Ozius is taken out. And so right now, 9-4 for Ozius, 8-5 for Voir. Hospice with 5-8. Daffstar 6-7, 6-6 for VionX. Enrico with the 14-6. Shrub with 6-7. Cube with 4-6. 4-8 for Sack, and 2-7 for Aeon. Now they switch Now, you know, they're gonna take their stab at the defense, and I think, you know, we're gonna have to see how Cats handle this. If plants are more aggressive and they just don't adapt to that, could not be good. A nade does some early damage to Voir. Sack gets Daff. Aussies gets Sack. Shrub is still on site, and he's being quiet, so they don't know. And he moves back to default, and he gets Aussies. Cube gets Voir. The bomb's down, and that's again going to be the difference maker here. If they would have got the plant and loss, have been one thing, but now it's just Vion against 4, and the swarm is coming in. Now, Aeon did go loud and proud out of this world as Vionex takes him. Shrub is baiting shots, and Vionex gets the kill. Again, they're kind of throwing themselves at him. Let him try to get the bomb. You have control. He gets... All right, but, you know, they have 2 people here. They got the footsteps, and Cube got the kill. 5 and 5, and this is going to be an advantage right now for Cats as they have quite a bit more money, and we'll see how they handle the eco. Enrico going for the AWP. No UMPs. They're going for, I guess, plants did buy armor. Okay, I'm gonna revert my statement. They actually bought correctly to handle this. They know their enemy better than I know their enemy. So Cube right now getting ready for 1, and Vor hides in couch. By having that anti-armor guns, they're going to have just that extra little bit of advantage. They spend a little bit more money. They're not going to get as much money per kill, but they're not going to have to worry. Now, the bomb is planted, but it's 5 versus 3, 5 versus 2, as Voir and Aussies are just not there. They're going to be able to defuse if they want to, cry if they want to, but yeah, there we go. Oh, defuse while they're still alive. No. The disrespect. 5 and 6 though right now. Enrique's at the top with 15 and 6, least death award as well. And we have some sexy Shrub with 8 and 8. 10 and 6 for Aussies, shared least death award, and Voir with the 8 and 7. And so now Enrico's keeping the AWP, it looks like. Maybe he has a second gun on his back. But this is real guns now, real gameplay. We'll zoom on out a bit. It's kind of hard to watch through the house. I'm going to try to avoid that for now. Sorry, guys. But they're going to go for this defaulting again. It looks like it's mostly going to be house combat here. But maybe Voir catches Cube here. And they're both shooting. They're both missing. But Voir, I think, missed a little bit more as he's pretty hurt. Cube is wide, and Aussies takes him out. They're filling in, and they're kind of rotating. Or maybe Voir is at least. I'm not sure what the play is here. Mid-control, but a minute in, and who controls what? "45 seconds." Again, this is a plan's play. You slow movement, trying to figure out where they can go. They're waiting for a pick. But the thing is they started splitting. Hospice and Sack trade, which, you know, sets it. Oh, and Shrub gets Voir, and now it's back to an even 3 and 3. But an even 3 and 3 works in the favor of a T who's united. Right now, it's going to be 2 on 1 over here and 1 on 2 over there. So Enrico versus Vionex, and, you know, Vionex takes him out. Enrico did have a long-range gun. It just didn't work for him. We have X-Cap here. Some 60 Shrub takes out Daff and Aussies, and that's likely the bomb as well. Yep, there we go, bomb. And so now Vionex versus 2, and probably should know he's over here. Maybe Shrub didn't see the bomb. But 1 second left, and there we go. 5 and 7. We have Aussies on the top of his team with 11 and 7, 8 and 8 for Voir, 15 and 7 for Enrico, and we have 11 and 8 for Shrub. I definitely thought, you know, that early half of the round that it was going to work well for plants. I mean, they need to bait out their enemy a little bit. Cats are doing pretty good about that, but they were getting some map control in the end. Now, Cube isn't ready for Voir. You guys, too many V's. Oh my god. And Yeah, it looks like we lost the cube there. So now they're setting up the B push, standard B. They have a little bit of control of mid, a little bit of control of garden. This is gonna go well for plants. I'm calling it now. Aeon will have control from Grotto, but he's got to give it up a little bit because there's 3. He's pretty hurt. Enrico's off site. Hospice, though, needs to be killed. If Sack doesn't catch him, this could go very bad for them. Looks like Sack did turn, and he got the kill. And now he can rotate behind. You know, if Aeon had some utility, a nade or something, he could have thrown it in there, taken him out. He goes super wide, trying to sneak in, but forgot that VionX was holding back by tunnel. And now it's VionX shooting in tunnel. Ausius gets Sack with a headshot. Shrub versus 3. They know he's there. Grenade does some damage, just not enough. Dav's hurt. Ausius is hurt. Vion's hurt. So Shrub. Shrub, 1 hit away from dying. If he can keep him there, that way they drop the guns, I think really the best option he has. Oh, okay, he flash exited. The right play. But yeah, he's got to keep his gun up. And there we go. Daft loses his gun, and what a save from Shrub there. 12 and 7 for Ausius, 9 and 9 for Voir. We have Enrico with 16 and 8, and 11 and 8 for Shrub. So right now we're leaning B, but I think it's slow regardless. They're gonna do their picks. And a nade back there against Shrub worked quite well. Again, you can pretty much always expect someone to be on default. I think that's, you know, you risk that nade, but it's just a good shot to be at. Okay, 4 people died there. Var, Hospice, Cube, and Shrub all die. Now it's just only a B push with no one on B. Now, neither team, I think, know that. Aeon's getting there. He's going to fill in. And they're going to start to rotate, even though they had full control. Unfortunate that they didn't know. That could have played better for Plants. But, hey, there's still plenty of round left to go. Maybe they'll make it work. They did rotate over. And, you know what, maybe they know something I don't. Enrico goes wide and it plays well for him. He took some damage afterwards, but there's 2 in the mid. Now, he's in a dangerous spot. If they just shoot that Shrub, and not the other Shrub, but that Shrub, they can kill him. Daft start with the bomb, and there we go. Enrico gets him, but he isn't ready for Ausius. And now it's Sack versus Ausius now. The bomb's down. In front of where Sack will be in just a second. And Sack takes him out. 6 and 8. And now we have Enrico still at the top, 8 and 9, or 18 and 9, and then Shrub with 12 and 9. Ausius on his side though with 13 and 8, and Voir with 10 and 10. Right now, this looks like it's going to be a mixed buy for Plants, as they're running out of cash. Now, because, I mean, they're losing rounds, but that's going to be potentially pretty bad for them this final round. And an early nade just barely misses Ausius here. Now, you can run into the house, use a balcony if you want to avoid these nades. It gives up a little bit of ground to garden, but alternatively, you can just stay super far back. And you have to stay really far back. And they're all there. It's all A all day. Util going up. It's Dresden, they know, but Shrub is in a good position. If he teamed up with Sack here, boom, 1, 2. Okay, he got 2. Yeah, actually Sack got 1. If they would have had someone at default at the same time, it would have been absolutely over already. It's 3 versus 2 at the moment. Sack's on site, Aeon's there, Enrico's coming from behind, and now, I mean, they could just go snip the bomb, really. They didn't have guys watching the bomb, and I think that's going to be the downfall of Plants here. If Sack just goes for the snip, Sack, snip. And there we go, 6-9, a funny number and an unfortunate round for Plants. They had the control, they just weren't watching the bomb. 13-9 for Ozzy as VAR with the 12-10. Enrico 18-10 and 13-10 for Shrub. So potentially our final round here. I was wrong about the Plants money. Plants got plenty of cash. Although we're seeing some helmetless players, so maybe not. Enough money to make it work. Honestly, armor's kind of worthless in this game. Armor is like a nade shield versus a gun shield just with their current meta. So, you know, buying utility was the right answer from them. I'll applaud them for that. And VAR dying that early, unfortunately, was not the right answer. So we have Sakjasish, who played up really deep into A. He's going to be basically able to say, it's a B. It's a B. Shrub is going to the mid. He is getting ready for a garden. And he gets a kill on Hospice. Now the question is, can he get Ozzius? And no, Ozzius takes him out. Cube sees him through the gate. And now it's Enrico being aggressive here. Doesn't need to do it, but wants it. I say he knows that he's top of the leaderboard right now. So it's 4-on-1, and likely it's going to be Cats moving on to Aristocracy. The question is, will they win the coup, or is it Royalty back at it again? Aeon being crazy, running in the middle, completely wide against 3/4 cover, but Enrico takes out Dafstar, and that's it for our matches today. So we have Dafstar at the bottom of his team with Hospice, both 8 and 14, 11-11 for Vion X, VAR with a 12 and 11, and Ozzius with 14 and 10, Aeon 2 and 11, the Cube 10 and 10, 13 and 11 for Sakjasish, 14 and 11 for Some Sexy Shrub, and Enrico with 12 and 10. The least death award split amongst 3 with Ozzius, Enrico, and LeCube, all at 10 deaths. And so let me head on back to the scoreboard. And that was honestly, when we looked at the historical data, that is not what I predicted, but I'm proud of Cats for figuring it out and making it work. They're able to win the best of 3 here, and they're going to be moving on to our matchup tomorrow. I believe they play first, if I remember it correctly. So they'll either be here. I don't know the time conversions. I know the Eastern time conversions. I think it's 17 and 19 UTC. It is up on the website. But good job, Cats. Good job, Plants. Again, very close games. Good games overall. We saw earlier today games that weren't as close. And so it was hyped to see that kind of thing. I'm your host, A Goddamn Superhero. Thanks for everyone who checked it out, who was watching. Thanks to our sponsors. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the stage 2 of the Open Qualifiers.